Yes, it is. Hey, 6-1, additional practice, page 23, 24 in your packet. Here we go, translating objects from one spot to another spot. Remember, in a translation, it's what we call a rigid motion. There is no change in shape. There is no change in size. There's no change in what's called the orientation. The only thing that's changing is the position that this shape is in. All right, so we take a look. Number one, graph the image of DEF of this original triangle. After a translation, 1 unit right, 3 units down. Okay? We talked about writing a rule for this. 1 unit to the right would be x plus 1. 3 units down would be y minus 3. So we'd have x plus 1, y minus 3. So on the x-axis, I add 1. The y-axis, I go down 3. 1, 2, 3. There is point image of E. Point F, right 1, down 3. 1, 2, 3. There's the image of F. This point, right 1, down 3. There it goes. There's the image of D. Remember, after a translation, your shape should look the same. Same size, same shape, same orientation. It's just in a new spot. Here we go. Next one, number 2. The coordinates of triangle DEF are given. If you translate triangle DEF, 4 units left, 3 units up, what are the coordinates of point F? It's only asking about point F. Well, here's point F. 6, 8. Okay, so let's think about if we had a given point and I apply this rule to it, which is 4 units left, 3 units up. 4 units to the left is going to take my x value and subtract 4. 3 units up is going to take my y value and add 3. So we have to apply this rule to the coordinate in this translation. So in this point, point F is the point 6, 8. Well, the point 6, 8, x value goes here, 6 minus 4. We're taking 4 off of that x value. So my new point, 6 minus 4 is 2. The y value goes up 3. So my y value was 8, move it up 3, now it is 11. So we'd have the point 2, 11. Questions? Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, number 3. Now this just goes back to the properties of translation. Size, shape, orientation do not change. Quadrilateral. Okay, and it's saying blue figure is an image of the red figure. Okay, original image. It says if the perimeter of QRST is about 12.4 units, what is the perimeter of QRST, or the image of QRST? So if this was, the distance around was 12.4 units, and we move it, and it's the same size and same shape, what's the perimeter going to be? You got it. 12.4 units. It almost seems too good to be true. Okay? Perimeter, that's one of those properties that's not going to change. Size doesn't change, so the perimeter is not going to change. Okay? Now, it says if the measure of angle S is 115 degrees, what's the measure of the image of S? Well, once again, the shape doesn't change, which means it keeps all its angle measurements. So if it was 115 degrees, it still is. It still is. Okay. Next up, number 4. Describe this translation. Well, which one's the original? It's the one without the apostrophes. In this case, this is the original. This is the image. So we got to go from, and I'm just going to choose point W. We got to describe the rule to go from W to the image of W. So we need to go over this way, and then we need to go down. So how far to the right did I move? To move W onto the image of W, I go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 units right. Then I have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units down. Okay? There is the rule for this translation. You guys know me. I want to take it one step further. X 8 units right. To the right, we're adding 8. Okay? We're moving in a positive direction. So we're adding 8 to the X value, 10 units down. Our Y value, we need to make it smaller by 10 or go down 10. That means we're going to subtract 10. Here's in words, here's with symbols. There you go. Okay, moving on down. Is this a translation of this? No. Now, why not? The orientation How about that? That's better. The orientation has changed. Now, some of you may be going, hey, what is orientation? Orientation is when you start at a point, and I'm going to start at point K and go around that point or around that shape in a clockwise manner. So we started at point K, we went to point L, we then went to point J. Okay? So this orientation was KLJ. Now, if I start at the same image point and I go around that shape in a clockwise manner, the orientation of this one goes the K to J and then to L. Now, KLJ, KJL. The orientation or the order of those points has changed. That's why this is not a translation. Okay, number 6, describe that translation. Once again, we got to figure out which one's the original. Red is the original on mine. Blue is the image. I know that because this does not have apostrophes. This does. Those are called prime marks or tick marks. The one without the tick marks or without the prime notation, original. We got to go from one to the other. So let's start at point M and go to the image of M. Once again, it doesn't matter what point you start at. You start at one point, you go to its image. How far to the right and how far up? Well, we got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 units right. And then how many units up? 2 units up. There's our translation in words. To move something to the right 11, we're taking our x value. Moving to the right is in a positive direction, so we'd have x plus 11. And then y, 2 units up. Well, up is in a positive direction as well. So we'd have x plus 11, y plus 2. Moving on down. Get off of there. Okay, we can plot this. We won't do letter B. We'll do letter A. Draw these 2 points. Well, they give us these coordinate pairs. So we got 4, 5. Over 4, up 5. That's point V. Point W is over 6 and up 5. That's point W. Point X is over 6 and up 7. This is point X. Point Y over 5 and up 8. And then point Z is over 4 and up 7. Okay, they call that a pentagon. The reason why it's called a pentagon, it has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it says, draw that shape and its image. After a translation, 10 units left, 2 units down. So let's go 10 units left, 2 units down. So I'm going to start at point V right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2 units down. There's the image of V. W, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2 units down. Now, I know the size and shape's not going to change. If I know those 2 points, hey, point X is 2 units above, so I'm going to put the image of X 2 units above the image of W. Z is 2 units above V, so the image of Z is going to be 2 units above V. the image of V. And then point Y is 1 unit left and 1 unit up from X. So 1 unit left, 1 unit up.
Doing the
There's
sneaky
the
method.
Image of Y. Yeah, well, hey, does the size or shape change?
Nope.
No.
So we can do that.
So we can do that.
Yeah.
And I did. And it worked out perfectly. Good. Let's move on. How about, all right, we get to do it again.
Yeah.
Hey, they give us these points. It's already plotted for us. We need to graph and label the image and label. 2 units left, 2 units up. Well, let's go with purple. 2 units left, 2 units up. So point S, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's the image of S.
Bam.
Point R, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's the image of R. Point Q, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that wasn't so bad.
Nope.
Connect the points. That looks like it's the same size and same shape. In a new position, same orientation. That's great. I did a wonderful job. Next one. Oh, they got to hit me up with this question.
Whoa, I hate angle questions.
If the measure of angle Q, so this angle right here, come on, 67.5 degrees.
What?
What's going to be the measure of this angle?
It's like one of those you got to subtract from 180 or something?
No.
No?
The shape. Hey, folks, if the shape's the same, the angle measurements stay the same. So guess what?
Oh.
The measure of the image of Q is 67.5 degrees. That's it. Okay, folks, that's what we got. That's page 23, 24 in your packet. Move on to the Math Excel. Good job. Keep it up.